Big salute, big salute, big salute, big salute, everybody. Yeah, they been medicated up, you know what I'm saying, to shake that bug off. You know what I'm saying? Feeling about 95%, 95%, you know what I'm saying? 95%. But yeah, everything all good, man. Big salute to all my loved ones, man. Big salute to y'all, man. Y'all, my heart goes out to everybody who heart went out to me in my time of, you know what I'm saying, sickness, in my little time of sickness. Um, Big salute to all the supporters, the donors, the sponsors, shareholders, business partners. Big salute to y'all. My future business partners. Big salute to y'all. And big salute to all my loved ones, man. Especially y'all donors, man. Especially everybody that's been just, bruh, do your thing, huh? You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? My bro Orlando, my bro E. Johnson, and them anonymous donors. Y'all know who y'all is, you know what I'm saying? And forgive me, brothers, if you know what I'm saying, if y'all want to remain anonymous also, you know what I'm saying? But y'all my guardian angels, man. Y'all my angels. You know what I'm saying? And through all this drama going on right now, man, big salute to everybody, man, that's been, you know, been downplaying it, because y'all seen it from when it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? God's plan. It's all God's plan. You know what I'm saying? And if you think you're gonna battle God and His plan, and especially when somebody put God's plan first and bless them to have whatever it is they need to keep pushing, it'll make yourself go crazy. It'll make you go crazy. But I came thinking, let me help a brother. You know what I'm saying? Made a vibe with a brother, a good vibe. That's still my little brother. I love him to death. But you know, can't tolerate disrespect, and you know, when people not on the same page, God gonna separate you. You know, God gonna make the separation. You know what I'm saying? And some people prepare for it and some people not. But y'all pray for little bro. Y'all fuck with little bro. Really pray for him, man. Just pray for him. You know, pray for it. Pray, do right. Pray God is working His plan on him right now. And just pray for him, man. So big salute, big salute. You know, no negativity, zero negativity. Believe you me, I've been wanting to go in. You know, but I'm not even gonna touch. I'm just gonna keep on pushing. It's not part of God's plan for me to, because I've been showing y'all from nothing. Y'all seen what it is, so it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We gotta get back in our book, man. We gotta get back in our book. And I'm gonna go ahead and read. I'm gonna go ahead and read. I know y'all like, man, damn, man, we been reading class. Cuddy been sick, man. Man, been coming to class, man. My bad, y'all. I know this like homeroom. Reading class. I know this like homeroom. My bad. So, shit, God willing, we finish this whole little chapter. We still talking about ascension. We still talking about ascension. And I'll be live here soon too, y'all. I'll be live here soon too. Just been a lot going on. That's all, a lot going on. But yeah, we talking about ascension, y'all. Ascension. Original. No. Okay. The special heavens of Yahweh will be permanently inhabited only by the non-blacks. All the black people that were initiated in them in this 6,000 year cycle will be able to come and go in them as they please. That's all right. As will all other black people from the past or future who have an interest in seeing the progress of Yahweh's creatures. The new heavens of the non-blacks exist in exist in Yakub's mind, as already stated, but that part of his mind dedicated to them is held in the custody of the 24 elders, who are the custodians of every type of mind unity. The fact that they exist in Yahweh's mind means that the non-blacks can never leave these heavens. Their entire future exists in their entire future existence is restricted to these realms. To black people who are outside these realms and are free to come and go in them as they please, this may seem like a severe restriction. But to the inhabitants themselves, the non blacks, this is not a real restriction because the expansion of each heaven is unlimited. Not only that, but the number of levels that they can ascend to is also unlimited. Mathematically speaking, the part of Yahweh's mind in which the new heavens exist is an infinity within a larger infinity. Yahweh, as one of the 1,000,000,000, 8,000,000 gods, is an infinite being, as are all the other gods. Therefore, the expansion of his mind cannot be limited. And so the expansion of part of his mind cannot be limited either. The mind, even though it is one, can be divided into a infinite number of parts, as is clear from the fact that new people are born every day on earth, each one with his or her own mind. Big facts, big facts. Yahweh's creation of an entirely new realm of existence is an example of God's creative ability, common to all the 1,000,000,000, 8,000,000 gods. This is not the first time such a creation has come into being. It is the first of its kind, but every god has his or her own creations. There are many such realms of existence created by other gods individually or in collaboration with others. As Yahweh has done in this case, there are individual creations that all the 1,000,000,000, 8,000,000 gods produce, aside from the creation of the physical universe, which is produced by all of them. Together, the, the original people, in addition to creating collectively, also have an endless number of individual and group creations that they have been creating since the beginning of eternity that has no beginning. Yahweh's creation is unique only in the sense that it is the only one where God manifests what has been hidden as evil in him or her until now. But it is not unique in terms of being an individual creation of a particular God or group of gods. Every one of the 1,000,000,000, 8,000,000 gods has produced unique individual creations before, and not once, but countless trillions of times. These creations still exist. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hold on, let me hit my little pause on my coat right quick. Boy, you know how hard it is to find a cold, nice cold Coca-Cola? Woo! It was about 100 stores up the street. Big salute to my boy Grand Patron Mino of Kubri. Boy, they store, boy, all they drinks be cold. Ooh-wee. I think it's his pops. I think his pops own the store, but he run it. And he like, you want the glaze? Glazed coca? Glazed levy? I say we. Nigga say it's merci beaucoup. I say merci beaucoup. Je t'en prie. Baraka baraka. All right, let's get back to it. In the minds of their creators, and will continue to exist forever, as will Yahweh's creation. The living creatures that inhabit these creations worship their Maker as their God. In the same way, all the non black people will worship Yahweh as their God as soon as they discover the truth. Ultimately, the fact of the matter is that he brought them into existence and will give everlasting life to those among them who will accept it. Reverence for him, when the time comes, will be nothing more than a natural reaction of their soon to be enlightened minds to show their imperishable gratitude to their Maker for making them. In the same way, do all the creatures of the other gods show their appreciation through worship. Ah. Now, many black people born in this age of Yahweh will also worship him when he and the 60,000 Elohim come back to earth. Now, many black people born in this age of Yahweh will also worship him when he and the 60,000 Elohim come back to earth. They will rule the earth in peace for a period of 1,000 years. When Yahweh makes his majestic physical appearance on earth and makes himself known as its maker, all God fearing people, including many black people, will fall to their knees in grateful worship of him. This is natural for persons who have come into being in the way that we and all the non blacks have been brought into being in this 6,000 year cycle. Whoa. But there will come a time at the end of the coming 1,000 years of peace under Yahweh's rule when all black people will complete their initiation, both those in heaven and on earth. They will unite with their original self and then know Yahweh, their God, as their brother. Ah, one whom they have known and loved since eternity. They will stop worshiping him at that time. Not out of spite or disrespect, but as a result of knowing the true facts of their situation. Thus, at the end of the coming 1,000 year period, only, only Yahweh's creatures, the non black races here on earth and extraterrestrial, will be left as the permanent inhabitants of his heavenly realms. Ah. They will continue to love and worship their God Yahweh forever, even as they grow in goodness and perfection in an attempt to be like him and his soulmate, and also to be like his brothers and sisters, the Elohim. Non blacks are our image. There are many suitable differences between beings and living images of beings. One such difference concerning this aspect of ascension is in the way ascended blacks and non blacks gain their glorious bodies in heaven. Of all the differences between a being and his or her image, the most important is this: real beings, black people, attain full godhood after 7,000 years. Those created as images of real beings go on an everlasting spiritual evolution, increasing in perfection forever and ever, but never reaching absolute perfection, which is possible only in the state of divine unity. That is the fundamental difference between God and his or her creatures. Man, but it's getting deep. It's getting deeper. The difference plays a part in heaven when blacks and non blacks increase in glory due to increasing knowledge and wisdom. The body of a non black reaches stages of glory conforming to his spiritual development, meaning the improvement of his moral character. As he improves to a certain point, he is able to ascend to the next level of heaven, and the higher glory of that level is reflected in the increased glory of his body. He lives in that level for an age and continues to improve until he has learned all that is available there before ascending to the next level. He cannot live in any of the higher heavens as a permanent resident until he has spiritually evolved to that level. When he does, his body gains more in glory and he ascends again, then goes on forever without end. That is the situation for non blacks. In the case of the blacks, our spiritual evolution does not come in endless steps. It reaches a climax when we permanently unite with our first self and become full God. As soon as unity takes place, all the levels of all the heavens ever created open up for us, including the most recent heavens, those of Yahweh, where the non blacks are to be found. Thus, when a black person reaches divine unity after the completion of the seven great rituals, he or she gains the power to ascend all the heavens in existence in their infinitude. Perfected gods have the power to create a body for themselves with which they can inhabit any of the heavens in existence, and there is no end to their number. Man, make you scratch your head. Whoa-wee. So the difference then is that people who progress in stages gain a glorified body corresponding to the level of their spiritual development and are detained in that level until they gain more knowledge, wisdom, and perfection to ascend further. Those who have attained divine unity create a body for themselves according to which level of heaven they desire to visit. Man, this is one SUBTLE. This is one SUBTLE suitable difference between a creator and an image. This is a suitable difference between a creator and an image. I'll mention others in their proper context in future discussions. Boy, it's getting deep. This series of lessons has hopefully provided a brief but clear explanation of today's modified forms of ascension, which gives rise to all the special heavens of Yahweh. Like every past creation of every God, these new realms of existence will continue forever, because what God creates can never be destroyed. That's deep. In conclusion, I'll say the following. This Black Roots. In conclusion, he'll say the following. God is perfect and good. He slash she has been so ever since eternity and has never known other than complete perfection. Thanks to Yakub's idea, a creation has been brought about wherein God can experience other than goodness, commonly called evil. In addition, God will experience what it's like to seek perfection and never find it in an absolute form. Man. Thanks to Yakub's idea, a creation has been brought about wherein God can experience other than goodness, commonly called evil. In addition, God will experience what it's like to seek perfection and never find it in absolute form. Oh man. The non-black races are part of Yakub slash Yahweh's mind and are his personalities. Even though they are independent free will beings, they are nonetheless the manifestation of Yakub. He lives in them as their mind of God or divine spirit that will indwell every one of them who chooses everlasting life. Their experience as evil beings in the past 6,000 years will become Yakub's experience. Because of divine unity, because of the divine unity of black people, they will become the experience of all black people as well. Their coming spiritual progress in search of perfection will also become our experience. God, who is eternally perfect and has known none other than absolute perfection, has created images of himself slash herself through which he slash she can experience the absence of absolute perfection. All things are in God, both in their eternal perfect nature as well as their opposites. It is God's intent today, as it has been throughout all time, to experience all that is in him slash her. Those opposite qualities that God cannot experience directly as a perfect being, he or she will find a way to experience by creating beings in an image suitable for their manifestation. Some of these qualities have a limited cycle of time, such as evil or self forgetfulness. So, self forgetfulness is evil. That's what's going on in America right now. Self forgetfulness. That's why all that evil going on. Self forgetfulness. So big salute to all the soldiers out there that's waking up, that's trying to help everybody wake up and waking themselves up at the same time. Big salute. Because we got to remember, which cannot last for longer than 6,000 years, but some of the opposite qualities can continue forever, as will be the case with the pursuit of God's absolute perfection by the non-black races. Next, I intend to start a series of discussions on the true Israelites, the chosen people of Yahweh. Okay, this is a post. Because of the effort you have put into this thread, take what I write in good heart. Is there anything in antiquity that backs up what you have taken time to put in this form? black roots. If you mean anything in the way of physical evidence, yes, there is. The most absolute evidence is to be found only in the secret teachings of some African tribes today. But there is plenty of physical evidence left in the cultures of ancient Sumer, India, and Egypt. When read and interpreted correctly, the tomb writings of ancient Egypt talk very clearly about ascension and resurrection. There are some Egyptologists who are aware, for instance, that the Great Pyramids were used as ascension or resurrection machines. Let me read that again. There are some Egyptologists who are aware, for instance, that the Great Pyramids were used as ascension or resurrection machines. But many of them interpret this truth as if it's just allegory instead of fact. They suspect that the ancient pharaohs had burial rites performed inside the pyramids, but make the mistake of expecting to find their bodies in there. The chambers of the pyramids were indeed used for ascension, but the bodies were always removed after the soul ascended and buried in a proper underground tomb. You will also find information where the Egyptians expected the soul of the king to ascend to the star Sirius, and the pyramids in the in that and the pyramids in fact have chambers aligned to that star. Facts. Such ascension to Sirius did take place at a certain point, and I'll discuss it later. Oh yeah. If one is not a if one is not in a position to directly study the tomb drawings and papyri of the ancients, papyri of the ancients, the one has to learn to read between the lines of the writings of modern Egyptologists, Sumerologists, Sumerologists, and the like, because they attempt to explain matters in which they are not properly initiated and hence confuse many clear facts. Yeah, this book getting deep, boy. This book getting deep. Somebody wrote a post. It's a long post, too. I ain't gonna read that. It's Black Roots. The brother answered your question very well, but I'll go even further. There are many among our people whose idea of good scholarity research, SCHOLARITY, good scholarity research, is to absorb many things they get from white people of the past and present, while ignoring or rejecting what comes from black people. Whites are too young to know the truth. They like they're like little children on a discovery trip and take their discoveries for the actual ancient truth. All that they and their ancestors have said about pre-Greek ancient history pertains to events in which our ancestors, not theirs, were the participants. Only the descendants of those ancient participants know what really happened. Whites, on the other hand, only speculate. There will come a time when all people on earth will realize that the only true truth is actually that which is known by black people and none and by none and none by whites. Okay, somebody made a post. Okay, this is Black Roots response. Yes, there are many like him who have discovered parts of the truth, but not the whole truth. They fill the rest with lot of self-serving speculations. So one still has to be careful and not take everything they say wholesome. Hold on, what did they say? Oh, they talking about Zachariah stitching. He answering the question he answering the question they talking about Zachariah stitching. Okay, another post. Only the descendants of those ancient participants know what really happened. May I ask why this is true? What are you suggesting? Blacks are more knowledgeable because they are black? Okay, Black Roots response. Only they know what happened because the information was passed to them by their ancestors by means of ancient rituals of initiation. They in turn pass it down the same way and so on ever since 6,000 years ago. And that is how it came to me. Such information is the only true truth there is. The rest, either written or spoken, that comes down to us is full of error. That cannot be helped because of the way in which it is brought down, a way that relies mainly on individual memories rather than infallible rituals. Okay, another post. Please inform me I, how may such knowledge come to me by a true desire to have it. That's Black's response. Okay, okay. Okay, talking about DNA. He responding to posts. Okay, there is a confusion of words in the English language where people sometimes speak interchangeably of the soul and spirit. Other times they speak of them in such a way that they mean two different things. So it's hard to sometimes know what a person is referring to when they say soul. In ancient times, the human entity was described as being made of three things, namely body, soul, and spirit. I'm using the English words obviously. The ancient words are different. Obviously, the ancient mean two different things by soul and spirit. Otherwise, if they were the same, then the human entity would be made of two, not three things, either body and soul or body and spirit. But it's clear that we are made of three, not two. The modern language such defines them much more clearly. We all know what the body is. We also all know what personality is. Thirdly, we all know what the mind is. Even if we cannot quite define it, we use it and are aware when we use it that we are using the mind, which is a different part of ourselves than our body or personality. Man, some call the mind consciousness. The reality of these the reality of these three things, body, personality, and mind, is clear to every normal person. So I'll put it to you. So I'll put it to you that when the ancients spoke of body, soul, and spirit, they meant what we today call body, personality, and mind, or consciousness. In other words, by soul they meant personality, and by spirit they meant consciousness. I also put it to you that no matter how hard you try, you will not find any other component of the human entity other than these three. Some would suggest that's life in a fourth component. Life is not a thing that we are uniquely composed of. Only these three define our uniqueness as individuals. Life is what unites the three and enables the human entity to live and function on earth. Now, if body, soul, and spirit mean body, personality, and mind, then where is the soul that lived before? To say the soul lived before is Tantamount, tantamount. To say the soul lived before is tantamount, Tantamount, to saying our personality lived before, which is impossible because our personality is formed directly by our present experience. We have no experience when we are conceived. Conception is the starting point for every person, who then accumulates experience that molds his or her unique personality or soul. So when you refer to the soul as something that lived before, then surely by soul you must mean spirit or mind, the mind of God, or spirit of God, as others call it, or consciousness of God, is the only eternal part of the human entity. It's the same in every black person because the 1,000,000,008,000,000 gods live in a permanent state of divine unity. To say that you yourself are the exact same person that lived before when the God incarnated previously is to dismiss your unique individuality. Your ancestor that you begin to be, you would also resent the diminishing of himself as a complete, unique individual. You are a unique individual who has never lived before. Your experience of the world is totally brand new, uncontaminated by any previous experience. And so is mine and everyone else. God, who is incarnated in me and you, wanted it that way, and has it that way for a simple reason: to experience himself anew. If God brought a personality soul that has lived before into you, then the newness would surely be contaminated. The reason that compels a loving parent to allow his son to go out into the world and experience it for himself without undue influence from him is the very same reason by which God will have it no other way than to bring new life to the world in the form of a brand new personality. That makes sense. This method makes sure that the rediscovery of God is 100% guaranteed to be a pure new experience. Only in that does he find his whole delight and ecstasy. Man. So new experiences is God's delight and ecstasy. The new experience of goodness. Oh man, this is deep. This is deep. If he were to form new personalities by mixing them with the souls of dead persons, then this newness and uniqueness would be compromised. Yeah. And yet, that very same ancient God is incarnated in the new person as him slash herself. God of conscience. God, God of CONSCIENCE, conscience. Each person is brought into the world to gain certain experiences. The God, the first self, leads him slash her to them so that the purpose may be fulfilled. At some point, the new person and the eternal self will unite as one. And then only then does the new person know that he or she has lived before. not as a past version of the present personality, but as the original self, the only reincarnator. He or she will then send him or her mind into yet another new person so he or she can live again anew and again and again. It has been going on since eternity that has no beginning. So each one of the 1 billion, 8 million gods has innumerable personalities. When you experience divine unity, you realize that you are the original God. That's what oneness or unity means. So all the innumerable personalities are your own personalities as an original God. That's what true reincarnation means. Man, it's deep. It's deep. Let me see, we're gonna stop right there. 207. 207. Should we go ahead and finish it? Should we go ahead and finish it? I will finish it tomorrow. We'll finish it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll go for round 3. Yeah, we'll finish it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do a show read tomorrow. 207. Yeah, 207. But yeah, get deep. It's getting deep. Get deep, y'all. Hey, I think the next 2 chapters is where I stopped at. Yeah, we just gonna ready to get deep. I hope I don't mess around and get in no trouble for reading this, but yeah, we getting ready to get deep now. Now we getting ready to getting in some names, and yeah, a lot of people finna get touched. A lot of feelings getting ready to get touched. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. So we'll be back for class tomorrow. Big salute to everybody, man. Y'all keep fucking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, need all the help I can get, man. So, my guardian angels out there, y'all hear me? You know, fuck with your boy, fuck with your boy. All my business minds, y'all hit the description. All my guardian angels, y'all hit the description. Oh, the haters, I forgot about the haters. Y'all know they miss me. They don't got nothing to eat off of right now. They like, oh, Cuddy, they hit my email talking shit, want a response. Oh, it's killing them. Oh, it's killing them. Hey, haters. Ah! But yeah, y'all stay tuned, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all stay dangerous. Y'all stay masked up. Stay paranoid. Man, stay safe, man. Stay safe. And big salute to my big brother, man. JT the bigger figure, aka Fig Panamera, BKA Locks is home. Bah, bah, bah. Glocks is on. Big salute to you, big bro. Big salute, big bro. Love you, big bro. Love y'all, man. Big salute to the streets.